Hello, beautiful viewers, down south throughout the cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting cat-fitting stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What tangible item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the item from the box and subsequently render it transparent for you to feast your eyes on. Here we go. The box is going to be impaled by this nifty pair of scissors. This is unorthodox, savage, and untraditional, and unconventional, and abnormal, but I need to strive to eminently appease my viewers. I've rendered apertures in the box. I can expand them and subsequently extract the items from the box. You can rate their merits. I presume that more than one item is encompassed inside this box. However, I need to verify that. Maybe this box only contains one item. Perhaps it contains an assortment of action figures. Let's find out. This moment of my life is unprecedented. I've never experienced it before. This happens to be the Captain Olimar Amiibo figurine. I'm scrutinizing him for scratches. I'm seeing whether or not he's marred with scratches. Is his condition subpar? Is he in pristine condition? Is he unscathed? Is he in mint condition? He seems to be intact. The Pikmin are mounted to the base. I played Pikmin 1, 2, and 3. They're all phenomenal games. I recommend, advocate, and endorse playing them if you're an avid Pikmin fan. If you detest and disdain the Pikmin series, then this Amiibo character may not appease you. Apparently he has a memory card embedded in his base. He can be leveled up and uploaded into Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. He can also be utilized apparently to unlock content in other games, so he's likely compatible with a multitude of games. I believe he's compatible with more than one game, however you can verify that for yourself. Scan him by utilizing your Wii U gamepad and subsequently upload him onto Super Smash Bros. For Wii U so that he can aid you in battle against your adversaries. He's a formidable foe when he's leveled up to level 50. I'm contemplating whether or not I should decimate his innate default packaging. This does count as an unboxing video. Do you know why? Because I unboxed the item from this innate default shipping box that I received amid purchasing this item via Amazon.com from a private seller. In other words, I unboxed this item from by extracting it from his shipping box that it came packaged in. Do I want to remove it from its manufacturer's box? Do I want to remove it from its retail box, or do I want to retain it and keep him mint on card? It's pivotal that I relish what I have. Will I regret this decision later on? I've never opened a new amiibo before. I love the way he looks when you flaunt him on a shelf or on a wall. Captain Olimar is a stoic, audacious, nimble, strategic, valiant, heroic warrior. He leverages the Pikmin to aid him in battle. He has no qualms about charging into the fray of battle and warding off adversaries. I love the cardboard background. It's visually appealing. If he's left within his default innate packaging, then I'll never be able to upload him onto Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and see how he pits up against various characters. I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm going to open him. You only live once, according to some people. I don't believe that. I believe that you retain your consciousness or your spirit perpetually. So, how does that appertain to this moment? Well, if you believe you're immortal, then there's less of an incentive to open him. Because if you believe that you're reincarnated, then you could always relive a similar moment in the future. However, I want my life to be gratifying. I want my life to be jubilant. I want my life to be disparate from a traditional collector who hoards items and neglects to open them. Can I hang them on the wall by utilizing a push ping? Of course I can, but I'm going to open them now. I don't need to. I did not need to retain the cardboard back. There we go. Here he is. I can't believe I did it. I used to retain the original packaging. So now I can level him up. I likely will. I have a plethora of amiibo. I have an exorbitant amount of amiibo. I abstain from utilizing them in various games since I would prefer to not undergo the hassle of uploading them onto the games I'm playing. They're flaunted on my shelf. Nearly all of them are open. I can't believe I opened this one fully, not just partially like I did in the past. This piece of paper inhibits users from uploading amiibo onto their games when they're in their retail packaging. It's unfortunate that you cannot utilize them to play games with when they're retained in their original packaging. This is the infamous, notorious, egregious inhibitor that impedes individuals from being able to enjoy their amiibo to the fullest extent when they're unopened. Some people prefer to buy two versions of the same amiibo. I do not believe in purchasing homogeneous amiibos or homogeneous action figures. Why? I feel as though it's a waste of money. I want to appreciate what I have. When I purchase duplicate figurines, the second action figure devalues the first action figure from my perspective. In other words, I feel as though the figure loses its intrinsic value from my perspective, or its personal value from my perspective, when I have duplicates of the same character, or variants of the same character. But since this is the only Captain Olimar Amiibo that I have, I will relish it, I will appreciate it, and I'll abstain from buying another one unless this one becomes defective. The Pikmin cannot be detached. He's pre-posed. I love his aesthetics. He's relatively small. Stands under 3 inches tall when compared to a Triceratops that can trounce him in battle. This is quite a spectacular set of figurines. Not only do you get Captain Olimar, you also get the Pikmin. What you could do is you could utilize a saw to cut off the Pikmin and place them on their own separate bases. Perhaps you could build your own Pikmin army that way if you want to be creative. But that's too much of a hassle to utilize power tools to construct your own Pikmin army. Plus you could buy Pikmin figurines separately via eBay. Unfortunately they're pre-posed and they're exorbitantly priced, so it's a deterrent to purchase them at a premium price. But if you acquire 5 of these amiibo, then you're only paying under $5 per Pikmin if you buy them just for the Pikmin characters. This amiibo is apt to cost at least $14. If you do the math, 14 divided by 3 is equivalent to 4 point something. Is it 4.5? No. It's probably 4.6666666, and it goes on indefinitely. So then you're paying roughly $4.66 per Pikmin if you are only buying this amiibo for the Pikmin and do not believe that Captain Olimar has any market value, even though he does. Even if you detach these characters from the base by utilizing power tools, you can still sell via eBay. He's bound to a stand. He cannot be removed, nor can he be articulated. So my only gripe about these amiibo figurines is that they lack articulation. But out of all the amiibo figurines, this, in my subjective opinion, is a quintessential amiibo figurine. I love Captain Olimar. He's not necessarily my favorite Nintendo character, but I do love the fact that he comes with Pikmin. It really embellishes this Amiibo figurine. He looks like a Super Smash Bros. Trophy. I love his antenna. I love his transparent helmet. He looks like he's about to charge into the fray of battle and make an earnest attempt to ward off evil and keep evil at bay. Play Pikmin when you get the chance. Consider purchasing this Amiibo and relish every moment of your life. You do not need to harp on negativity. So I'm gratified with this purchase and decision. I purchased him via Amazon.com from a private seller for under $13. I initially got this figurine at Walmart, then I returned him in order to purchase him for a lower price via Amazon.com. The only reason I purchased him at Walmart initially was because I thought that he would be more expensive on Amazon.com as a result of being sold out. However, when he was listed on Amazon.com by a private seller, he was actually a lower price than I otherwise would have paid if I didn't request a refund for my order at Walmart. So, buy action figures and Amiibos online if you can. Buy from retailers who offer you the lowest possible price so you could reap maximum value for your finite monetary assets. I detest parting with my assets. I detest relinquishing my assets, but that's the price that you have to pay in order to procure action figures, services, and other various products that you may be interested in acquiring. But you also may want to consider opening everything you have so you don't clutter your life. Square footage is finite, just be aware of that. At least it is in the abode, at least it is in the abode that you reside within, because you only have a finite amount of space. You need to utilize it wisely, rearrange your personal property around, and try to declutter your residence if you can. You do not want your abode to be oversaturated with cardboard that harbors mold. So I'm done speaking. I've said more than I needed to say for this video. I hope that you found this video to be intriguing and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.